Next up, we have Attainment. We have Now You Can Go Talk Everywhere. John and Joni, you are on.
Excellent. Thank you for the introduction. My name is Joni Nygard, and I represent the Attainment Company. I'm an AAC specialist for many, many years, and I'm partnered today with John Karbo, our Director of Software Communications here at Attainment. And we are very excited to be here this spring. And before I turn the program over to Talk Everywhere with John, I want to let you know a secret. Attainment Company has GoTalks in stock. Yep, it's true. They're in stock and shipping all of our hardware. So feel free to place those orders this spring and know that you'll get your GoTalk very shortly after that. So I wanted to let you know that because it's been a big question and we're glad they're back. And the light touches are available in every model. And for those of you who love our GoTalk Green Classic, there's even a few of those left in stock in a 9 Plus. So feel free while supplies last on that. Today, though, we have big news because as we announced at ATIA in 2024, we've now got an app called GoTalk Everywhere. And John is going to take us through the mechanics of that, and you'll get to see why it's a really exciting app for us as we explore new platforms. So, John, I think with that, you can take it away because we don't want to waste a minute of learning how we can go talk everywhere.
All right, thank you, Joni, for that lovely introduction, and thank you to everyone at ATIA for hosting this, and all of you for joining us. So what we're looking at right now is our newest AAC app, GoTalk Everywhere. This is a new app. It is separate from GoTalk Now, which is an app that we've supported for the last 10 years and will continue to support. But this is GoTalk Everywhere. Why everywhere? Well, GoTalk Everywhere is multi-platform. So this app is available for iOS, it is available for Android, and will also run in a web browser. And anything that you create, when you log into your account, everything syncs across all of those devices. So you can take it everywhere with you. As long as I've been in Attainment, which is now I'm in my 11th year, people have been asking, when is GoTalk coming to Android? Well, we finally have a solution. So, and not only is it available on iOS, Android, and the web, it also will work on your phone as well. So again, anything you make on one device, when you log in on another, it will sync up and you will have access to those same communication pages. GoTalk Everywhere has all of your AAC essentials covered. We do grids of different size and orientation. Within these grids, the buttons can be programmed to speak with text-to-speech. They can do recorded audio, so you can have someone speak into that device's microphone and it will play that back. It comes with an Attainment image library that you have access to. You can also access your own photos to put them on different buttons. And you can also browse the internet for images all directly within the app. And one extra fun feature is so that this app connects with the Attainment Hub, which is an online portal where we offer our curricular resources, our web-based software that you can run right in the browser. With this app, a teacher or SLP can manage a student or client caseload. So they can log in, they can see exactly what their clients or students would see, make changes, and then the next time that student would log in, they would see those changes that were made. So there's just some really powerful tools that are contained within this app. So just kind of a quick demo, I am going to open up this Feelings by Larry book. So we've got an 8-grid right here. Well, these are photographs. These are actually also included in our Attainment image library. When I'll tap on one, we've got a recorded audio message. We've got Text-to-speech, we use Amazon Polly for our text-to-speech engine in this, which will sound the same across, all these different platforms. A really cool thing I did mention, so right now I'm demoing on an iPad, but when you're on a phone or tablet, you can switch the orientation between portrait and landscape, and you don't have to design the book any differently. The app will just automatically adjust and lay that out so you can still have access to those very same buttons. Buttons can also be programmed to navigate. I've got a big blue next page button. This has just another different grid layout. This one's got 6 buttons on it. As I mentioned, we do use Amazon Polly as our text-to-speech engine. You can import your own photos. You can.
John,
go ahead.
We're not getting sound, just so you know, when your iPad speaks.
Thank you. That is unfortunate.
I think it's on the list of things it does. So
it does talk. Well, thankfully, that was the last of the audio demonstrations, but it does do that recorded audio and text-to-speech. There are a dozen English text-to-speech voices available. As I mentioned, you can also use images from the internet. All of the communication books are stored in the cloud. So we have a secure Amazon S3 server, and we know security is a very important thing that we take very seriously. Attainment is SOC 2 Type 1 compliant. And our Attainment Hub and our web-based software are both FERPA and COPA compliant as well. And we are currently in the process of making sure that the Android and iOS versions of this app are also fall under that COPA and FERPA certification. So we put a lot of measures in place to make sure that everything is nice and secure. Again, multi-platform. Your Android phone will work with things that you make there will work on the iPad or will work on a web browser, including on a Chromebook. So there is a version that will run in on Chrome when you're on the Chromebook. So just really flexible tool that really you can use this and access these communication page no matter where you are. Currently, the app is in English and in Spanish. And then when you switch it to Spanish, you will have access to, different Spanish text-to-speech voices. Our image library is translated as well, so you can use those search terms in Spanish. And then German will be the next in line, as there's a pretty healthy GoTalk now market in Germany. So we will be bringing this to that market as well. And just to kind of scroll forward a little bit, just to show a couple of the different, grid orientations, you can have, you could imagine having the yes, no, large buttons on a phone could be useful, all the way up to a grid of 30 is the maximum that we have. And again, we're trying to design the grid sizes for something that will work for both phones and on tablets as well.
John, we've got a couple questions coming through related to, can the Spanish words show and speak in English?
So when the way that the language setting works is it's per book. So when you create a new communication book, you get to set the language for that. And then once you've done so, it does stay in that language. For example, though, you could type out an English word like these say yes and no, or they're written out, excuse me, but they could say, sí or no in whatever language, in Spanish. But once you've made that language selection for the book, it does stay that way.
And if a user is bilingual, can they have both English and Spanish icons on a sheet or on the screen?
The icons it's the same. We use the same graphics. It's just the only thing that's different is and I can show this in a moment, when you go to add images, you can enter search terms. And then the toggle is for which language the search terms are using.
Okay, thank you for that.
Cool.
And I will address the individual question related to who to contact related to security-related issues. So,
Great.
sounds good.
All right, so back here on the main menu screen, I've got a book management little icon in the lower left. I can go and create a new book. See, again, this is where you get to choose the language. I'll just leave this one in English. My Spanish is a little rusty. High school was a little ways back at this point. So when you dropped in here, I can just tap on a button. I can enter some text. I can choose an image either from our image library. You can browse the internet as well. For text to speech, you can type out a longer message than just so we can have just like a word or two, but the message itself can be longer than what is written on the button itself. GoTalk Everywhere is fully scanning compatible, so we do support single and double switch access in this app, including auditory cues that when the scan goes over each button, it will play that additional auditory message. You can just use your finger to drag around and rearrange the grids as you like. If I go here to page settings, this is where I can choose what the grid size is. And as I move this slider, we show a little preview of how the page would be arranged in either portrait or landscape orientation. I will leave that small though, so we can still kind of see what we're doing. You can change the color of the border and the background. So, you know, we've got just a few different options on customizing the look and feel of the app as well. So lots of different tools that we have available in order to make this, you know, a useful AAC device. And we try to give users as many different options as possible. And I'm going to stop sharing my screen to swap over just for a quick second.
While you're doing that, John, are the students able to toggle back and forth between books and GoTalk Everywhere?
Yes, they are. And we also have a way to prevent that as well. We know some of our kiddos like to kind of get in places where we maybe don't want them to be. So it is possible to set a password, or excuse me, a passcode. So like, I believe it's a 6-digit number that they would need in order to exit a book. So that is a mechanism we have in place to keep kids within a communication book.
Great, thank you.
Yep, and I know we're running low on time. The last thing I wanted to show, so this is the app running in a web browser. This is what a teacher or SLP could see. So largely the app looks the same, but we've got this drop down here at the top. These are all the different students that I have associated under this account. When I click on one, it will load their books so I can see exactly what is in there. I can create new content. And one last thing, if I go back to my own and go to the manage book screen, there's a new icon down here, the copy to student, that allows me to take a book that I've created for myself and then share that with as many of my students as I would like. And that about does it. That's this quick whirlwind of our GoTalk Everywhere. Again, iOS, Android, web, everything is synced in the cloud. Given that this is a subscription-based product, but when you have a subscription, it allows you to access it on all of those different platforms.
And John, how many pages can be in a book?
There is no, I believe we set the limit at 100.
Fabulous.